Today's news, Jackson to take a break from all activities until the 19th.
Presently one of the biggest K-pop idols of all time from GOT7, Jackson, fainted, collapsed, went unconscious, and was rushed to the hospital a little over a week ago at a fan meet in Seoul.
It was at the Excursion with GOT7 meet and greet in Seoul. It was a high-touch event, and what ended up happening was he was really quiet. He excused himself, he came back, he collapsed basically on the table at the event, and then they rushed him backstage where he was vomiting and then rushed off to the hospital.
Photos of him from the fan meet showed initially that he looked fine, and then later on he just must have fell ill and all of this happened.
Well, supposedly he had a fever before all of this happened.
Really?
Yes, he started off the day with the fever, but he still pursued his events that he needed to go to, and that's when he really fell ill.
Hashtag Get Well Soon Jackson immediately started trending on Twitter, and millions of fans came to his emotional rescue online. JYP Entertainment also released a statement. Hello, this is JYPE. We are letting you know that Jackson will not be participating in any schedules until the 19th. As we let you know in the previous announcement, the hospital diagnosis did not find anything wrong with him, but he will be resting and focusing on recovering. If there are extra schedule changes, we will let you know in the future announcement. We apologize for worrying many fans, and we will do our best so Jackson can come back to fans healthily. Thank you. Articles were published all over the internet on March 11th and on March 12th, but then after that, the internet went completely silent other than on Twitter, where fans continued to post at the hashtag. I could not find any information after the 12th on this at all.
Well, there has been a little bit of information. Mark went on during their first debut stage for their new album, which just came out. Their first stage, there were 6 of them, and he did make note to say Jackson is at home, resting and recovering. Soon we'll be back on stage as a full 7-member group. Wait for that stage.
Actually, I retract a little bit what I said, because I did find photos of him today. He was practicing or dance practicing in the studio, and his hair was all over the place. He looked like he was in great spirits. Somebody was very happy to post those photos. Looks like he's doing better.
I'm really excited. I'm glad that he didn't get the flu, because that has started happening. In fact, one of the girls from Brave Girls just recently got hospitalized for the flu, and it's flu season. So the fact that it wasn't something much more serious, I am so thankful for, because people like Jackson, myself included.
This is that time of the year where people get sick more than normal, and in communicating with our friends in Seoul, just like here, the temperature there has been all over the place. A few days in a row, it gets extremely cold, way below freezing temperatures, and then a few days later, it's in the mid-teens Celsius, like it's really, really warm, and it warms up and it gets cold, and that messes with people's systems.
And also, they just debuted their new album, Flight Log Arrival, and their new music video, Never Ever. So there's a lot of scheduled things with that, as we've known in the past, when you debut a new album, there's a lot of stress involved, there's a lot of practice involved, there's a lot of scheduling, and exhaustion does set in.
There was a video that popped up on Twitter, I don't know if it was recent, of Jackson talking about how important health is.
Be healthy. That's it. That's it. Like, I always say this, but that's it. Be healthy. That's the key of everything. Be healthy. 注意身体. I love you guys. Thank you for your support. I'm going to work harder just to make you guys proud. All right? I'm going to be a better Jackson. We're going to be a better GOT7. We miss you every day, every night, every second.
I understand that the guy sort of, in this case, didn't take his own advice. But in thinking about why people get ill and then why K-pop idols might have some sort of situation like this, I mean, he literally pushed himself all the way to the point where he collapsed. And that happened in front of people, or it happened right before they were able to get him out of public eye. I just feel like in watching what Mark was saying, you and I watched that together, they just hold in so much more than the average person. They hold in everything. They can't tell you jack shit about what's actually going on. They just fighting for the fans, and we're going to give our best effort, and we love you guys. We're going to come back better every single time they talk, they got to come back better.
And,
literally.
And they really do, because of the way that K-pop is and the intense competition to try to be the best K-pop group at the time, because that's how you make your money. I can't even imagine the stress level.
It must make people really sick, and we see this kind of recurring, but we don't realize why. We just think, oh, they're too tired, but it might be mental fatigue more than physical.
Yeah, and you're also interacting with so many people on such a large scale. For example, they were at a high touch event, so they're literally smacking hands with hundreds of people, and so there's all those germs interaction, if you will, and there's also all of this stress from big schedules and trying to become the best K-pop star. And especially somebody like Jackson, I think you're kind of more of the face of the group than maybe some of the other members. There's that additional stress as well. You're representing your country, you're representing your friends, your family. There's all of this stress, and that could also eat at you on the inside and cause you to get sick or vomit in that case as well.
Not could eat you on the inside, it does eat at you. It's very stressful, all that you just explained. And I think that, at least for people who come to this channel, you guys kind of want to know the truth a little bit more than I think some other K-pop fans that just like seeing their idols. They don't care what's going on behind the scenes, because K-pop has been built on not letting you know that. I like that we can kind of dissect what might be going on, because we were backstage at certain times and we were there. I don't know, we saw a lot. In 6 or 7 years living over in Korea, you just absorb so much. Now that we live here, I can't even believe how valuable some of our experiences were. It's got to be really difficult for them on a level that most people have no clue about.
For example, he's supposed to make his return to the public eye on the 21st when they have their first after-school performance. But for example, his birthday is coming up, March 28th. He's got a full schedule that day. God. March 23rd, they've got 5 schedules in that day. The next day, they've got like 4 schedules. No, 3. They're busy. They're constantly moving. They're constantly doing other different things. And that's not the emotional stress. That's none of that. That kind of, you have to push that down and you just keep moving. And there comes a point in time where if you're constantly working, you're constantly moving and doing things and interacting with people, that you gotta take a couple of days. I'm glad that they gave him so much time off. I know that this is probably making the stress level for the other members a little higher, but I'm really happy that the international community and the Twitter community have come and just supported him and given him lots of encouragement, because that's the best thing you can do.
Yeah, because we can't have a K-pop universe without Jackson. We just can't. What are you guys saying about Jackson? Hit him. Go.
I know that we didn't cover everything. There's other things that have happened. For example, there was a after-school club. No, was it after-school club? I don't know. There was a reality show that they pre-recorded where it was Jackson a couple of days ago dancing pre-debut. There's all kinds of things that you can talk about the new album, about Jackson, about GOT7. Comments.
The guy doesn't sleep. Click the like button. Thank you so much for supporting us. Click the bell for notifications. Check out the link to K-Gal. There's a sale going on. And don't forget to subscribe for more Hallyu Back news. That's it. We're out of here. Hasta luego.
Bye.